Welcome back to my channel. I'm JC. Today's video is going to be my wrap up of 2024 writing and reading, and I'm going to also share my 25 goals of 2025 with you. 2024, well, you'll hear more about what kind of year 2024 was in my reflections video, which will be posted on Monday. But needless to say, I didn't quite accomplish everything I wanted to. It's fine. We'll just start with reading for now. I wanted to read, I actually think I had a list. I did have a list of the actual books that I had planned to read. I don't think I've read half of the books that are on this list. That's not to say that I didn't read a lot of books, but and I didn't read as fast as I wanted to. But I surpassed my goal, I think. Well, not if you include the nonfiction books. Never mind. Okay. On my list for 2024, because I have written it right here, last year's 2024 reading goals. I had 33 fiction books on my goals for my reading goals list, and I had 26 nonfiction books. I don't know what I was thinking. That being said, it's still lower than the number I intend to read in 2025, so I guess I just decided to continue the crazy and up the ante. But I did not read all, it's 33 plus 26. I can't do math. Hold on. 33 plus 20 is 53. 59. I did not read 59 books this year. But I did surpass the fiction number, which was 33. I read 41 books this year. And real quick, I'm just going to run down the list real quick. I'm probably not going to link every book because it's 41 books. But a lot of them are shorts. Short books, short reads. Although, if you know T.L. Russ, they're not as short as you might think. But I read Getaway Love, Jeweled Agency series by T.L. Russ. Blame Game, Jeweled Agency series by T.L. Russ. Ambush and Manhunt, which was combined in one book. Don't ask me, I didn't do it, by James Patterson. The House Next Door by James Patterson. Triple Dunk by Avery Shaw. Warm in Her Arms by Samantha R. Silverstone. Bad Truth, a Jeweled Agency series by T.L. Russ. Her Buried Lies by Catelyn Duncan. That was an audiobook. Final Girls by Riley Sager. Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Sambury. Crisscross, Alex Cross by James Patterson. The Art of Witchcraft by N.B. James. Heart Lies, a Jeweled Agency series by T.L. Russ. Haunted by James Patterson. Final Score, a Jeweled Agency book by T.L. Russ. Her Dream Guide by Rebecca C. Smith. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Sailing with the Billionaire by T.L. Russ. Sailing with the Rancher by T.L. Russ. Delicious Monsters by Lizelle Sambury. Sailing with the Boss by T.L. Russ. Sailing with the Single Dad by T.L. Russ. Seven Cousins of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor. Why did I start to say that name wrong? Taylor Jenkins Reid. Lost by James Patterson. Revenge by James Patterson. The Perfect Assassin by James Patterson. Heath, a Storming Cobra's book by T.L. Russ. Sailing with My Sister's Best Friend by T.L. Russ. Wiles, a Storming Cobra's book by T.L. Russ. Boom, a Storming Cobra's book by T.L. Russ. Elfing Nice, an Elfing Toys book by T.L. Russ. Elfing Naughty, an Elfing Toys book by T.L. Russ. Liar Liar, James Patterson. Apprentice in Death by J.D. Robb. Triple Cross, an Alex Cross thriller by James Patterson. Alex Cross, Target by James Patterson. Inner Demons by Sarah Cannon. The Fairy Stepmother Wish by N.B. James. 101 Essays to Change the Way You Think by Brianna Weiss. Audiobook, I finally finished it. Private Moscow, James Patterson, and The Odds by Lindsay Puckett. Notice I had space for 50 fiction books and I did not make it, but I've read more books this year than I've read since I was a child. Because the more and more I had gotten into writing, the fewer books I read. I used to be able to read a book a day or a book in a day. I didn't necessarily read a book a day, but I used to read a book in a day when I was a kid, when I didn't really have a life and didn't do anything else and didn't try to write so many books also. So yeah, I'm trying to increase my reading, get better at my reading, get faster paced at my reading, and I think 41 is pretty damn good. And you notice apparently two of my favorite authors are James Patterson and T.L. Russ. So, you know, so those are reading. And you've already watched my reading goals video for 2025. If not, I'll link it in the cards. You can go check it out. It's an insane reading goal for this year. One I'm almost assured that I will not actually hit, but I will definitely do my darndest to try. So now we've come to the writing portion, which is, which is a little trickier for me because I'm going to try to make an adjustment next year to better track my words. I know a lot of people hate tracking their word count, or it doesn't motivate them. It does the opposite effect. But for me, it actually is motivating. Now, I wish I could do the whole 10K a day thing. Lately, my hands and wrists have just been bothering me with the RA and rheumatoid arthritis. So it's getting harder and harder to do larger word counts without me suffering or my hands suffering after the fact. But I do like to know the amount of words I write in a year. And it is helpful for me. That one year that I tried to do Millwordy, I think I only got, I didn't get anywhere near, I don't even think I got 500,000. I'm not even sure I remember. It's on here on the channel somewhere where I did a wrap up of all the words I got. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 500,000, but it was at least 250,000, I think, words that year, which obviously nowhere close to 1,000,000 words, but it's fine. I do think I'm actually going to shoot for 500,000 next year, which is why I need to start keeping better track of my words. Here's why I'm saying that. Because I tallied up word counts at the beginning of this year, I was still working on the revisions for Weight of Her. So I didn't tally up the entirety of the word count for the book Weight of Her, just the word count of the revisions that I worked on since January of this year. And then I tallied up what I've done so far with my revisions for When Love Calls. I've tallied up the prequel story for The Weight of Her, Nathan and Brennan's origin story that is over on my Patreon for my Patreon members. Is it 5 parts or 4 parts? I don't know if it's 4 parts or 5 parts have already been released on my Patreon. So if you're not a member, you should join so you can see how Nathan and Brennan's story started. But I'm gonna finish that up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure. I had to tighten some things up on the rest of that. But I wrote for the pen name, and I'm including words with the pen name. I wrote book 1 in the pen name stories. I didn't include the outlining words, which I totally should. But again, that's why I said it gets a little tricky when I get to the word count for my writing, because and I didn't add in the blog post, even though I only did 10 blog posts this year, which is not great. Especially when I used to do a blog post 4 times a month. They used to be released on every Monday. And I've kind of fallen off track with that. but I'm trying to get back on track hopefully next year. But I didn't do the word count for the blog post. I just know that there are 10 of them. So the word count total that I have only encapsulates the revision words from The Weight of Her, the revision words from When Love Calls, because both of them were written, like the original drafts were written years ago. Pen Name and Nathan and Brennan's story. Oh, and the first 2 stories in the 7 Deadly Sins, which is also going to be a Patreon story for now. So that will also be released over on my Patreon for members. So I calculated the words for the first 2 of those stories. So bear in mind the year that I've had, or the year and a half that I've had since last year. So don't judge me for the low number. But 190,264 words. And again, that's not all of the words I've written this year, because I didn't get to tally up the outlining words. Don't worry about it. We'll count the outlining words next year. And I should count outlining words because I outline a lot and I like to outline. And I like big outlines. So they should count. But yeah, I wish it was more than 190,000 words. But I'm not mad at it, given the year and a half that I've had. And it gives me something to strive for next year, because I'm definitely trying to get 500,000 words next year. Will I? Probably not. I'm going to try. Y'all know me. I'm going to try. I just wish I knew like the blog post count but you know, that's okay. Next year I'm tracking all words. I just need to actually put together a spreadsheet. Do I know how to do those? No, but I'm sure I can find a template somewhere. But okay, putting that aside, now we're going to talk about overall goals for the year. I've discussed in a previous video my reading goals, discussed my writing plans, which is not necessarily my publishing goals, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna read over my goals from last year because, again, I'll link the previous videos below in the description box if they're not in the cards. But I will say that I did not hit even half, probably not even half of those goals. It's fine, putting this aside. But I do have 25 goals for the year of 2025. Some of them may seem a little silly, but I could use a little silliness, so go with me. Number 1, to publish at least 2 books this year. Number 2, to query book 1 of Mackenzie Brown series to at least 100 agents. At least 100. Are there 100 out there to query? However, as close to 100 as I can get. If they're not 100 to query, it's close. Number 3, to submit at least 25 pieces of my poetry to publications. Could be more, but at least 25. No lower than 25. Number 4, to teach myself how to crochet and make at least one thing this year. Scarf, blanket, gloves, something, anything. A little origami animal thingy. Those would be cute. Something. Number 5, to find a new home / get out of hell. Hell being here. I know that's a big reach, but it's on there. Number 6, to start my Right to Be podcast. I've been working on this podcast idea for years now. I've had it outlined. I didn't even realize until a couple of weeks ago how detailed my outline was and how many episodes I had already outlined. Which I did the outline a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago. But I've been working on this podcast idea for 4, maybe 5 years by now. And it's kind of centered around talking about creativity and mental health issues and chronic illness issues within the creative space, and how we deal with them or don't deal with them, and you know, and how to be authentic and live authentically with those illnesses and mental health issues and still be creative and thrive creatively. That's the gist. That sounds like a pitch, but that's the gist. And I keep putting off doing the podcast because I keep saying I don't have the right equipment, I don't have the right tools, I don't have the right thing. My most recent thing was I'm not prepared enough because I don't have things outlined. And then lo and behold, I discover I have almost a whole year's worth of episodes outlined already. I just need to record the damn thing. I keep waiting for it to be perfect or something situation to be perfect, and it's just time to stop waiting for perfection. It's not going to happen, so I'm just we're going with it. I don't have a date for you, so again, there are some things I can't not wait for. Like, I can't film it in here. I have to go someplace else. So I have to probably see if I can reserve a room at the library and record a couple, and we'll see. That was 6. Number 7, to take myself on a solo weekend writing retreat close by, of course, because I have hotel points. And while they don't expire, I don't want them to just sit there. I want to use it. I could have a free night or a free weekend at a hotel somewhere close, obviously. So if I don't got to pay for it, why not take the opportunity to go and make it a writing retreat? Number 8, journal in some way, shape, or form 3 to 5 times a week. I've been trying to get back into journaling. Sometimes I have too many emotions and feelings to write them down because, sometimes our emotions can be too much for us to deal with them in that moment. And then when you're ready to deal with them, it's like you don't want to stir them all back up, writing them out again. So, but I still want to journal. I still want to get something out. So like maybe a collage, pictures and things. I don't know, but I'll figure that out. But I want to make a habit of it so that I can get back into the habit of it, because I was getting into the habit of it before my life went upside down. Number 9, get back into my daily devotional every day. I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it earlier this year, pretty much when I came here. So I need to get back into it because that is to help my spiritual side, and I'm missing that, and I feel that I'm missing that, so I need to get back into it. Number 10, work on my health, as in seeing a rheumatologist, getting better pain management. I just need them to actually open their offices and schedule my appointment, because I keep calling and I keep getting a machine and no one calls me back. But I figure because it's the holidays, so I'm being patient. Number 11, to start seeing a therapist. Also, keep calling and not getting an answer back. To set up an appointment and focus on my mental health. Number 12, to get a passport. I know, where am I going? I have no money, but I figure better to be prepared to go somewhere than get the opportunity to go somewhere and not be able to go because I don't have a passport. I have friends that travel. I have 1 or 2 that in the past has asked me to travel with them, but I didn't have a passport. And at the time, I really wasn't trying to travel because I'm not. At that time, I wasn't, trying to really be around a bunch of people. So, but I would like to travel. And this is the time in my life that I wanted to start traveling. But I don't have a passport. So, where am I traveling to other than within the United States? So, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have any money. But should always be prepared. 13, learn more about and get better at marketing and social media, because I can't hire marketing professionals, so I have to do it myself, so I need to get better at it. Number 14, treat myself to a spa day at least once a year. I've never had a spa. I've never been to a spa. I've never had a massage. Feel like it's time to change that. Number 15, continue my Duolingo streak. I will have finally hit my 365-day streak at the end of this year. I'm going for 2 years. Number 16, play the lottery, because I can't win if I don't play. Number 17, to go see a play or musical or Broadway comedy show live and in person, because I really want to. Number 18, to buy myself some flowers. Because no one's ever bought me flowers before, and I really shouldn't wait for someone else to buy me something I could buy myself. And I'd like some flowers. So yeah. Number 19, to take Sarah Cannon's courses, the HB90 and the Publish and Thrive courses. How am I going to be able to do that? I don't know yet, but that's on the list. Number 20, to send letters to people I care about at least once this year. And yes, I mean snail mail. It's old-fashioned, I know, but I miss doing that. And that also includes cards. Number 21, to write a song or a couple. I've been told that some of my poetry could make good songs. I want to try my hand at writing a song. Don't know if anybody will buy it, but I could at least try. Number 22, do at least one in-person author event, or set up one in-person author event, because it's time to be around people again, I guess. So I've been told. 23, write 500,000 words. 24, to at least do one print issue of Write to Be magazine, like an anniversary issue, because I just looked, and Write to Be magazine started, well, technically it started as a newsletter, and it was called Free Fall, sent out in newsletter format, but it started online in 2013. It's been 11, it'll be 12 years this year, so it's not an anniversary as in 10-year anniversary, but I didn't get to do a print one for 10 years, so anniversary is an anniversary. Number 25 is to turn the online store around and actually get traction in sales, and also to grow my Patreon. Yes, I coupled those together. I cheated a little because I didn't want to do 26 goals in 2025. But yes, those last two are linked together, but it's business growth, business success. So can we just kind of link that as 25? Anyway, those are my 25 goals for 2025. Whew. It's a lot, I know, but I'm gonna try. But I'm optimistic about 2025. I'm trying to be anyway. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what are some of your goals for 2025? What are some of the accomplishments you managed in 2024 with your reading and writing? Let me know all the things. That's going to be it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more videos from me, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. I post videos on Mondays. I live stream on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting back again on January 8th. And as per usual, if you would like to be supportive of me in any of my creative endeavors, such as my blog, my online magazine, my online store with writer merch, by becoming a member of my Patreon, by tipping me on my Ko-fi, or by buying my books or reading them in Kindle Unlimited. All of those links can be found in the description box below. And until next time, take care of yourselves and have a blessed day. Bye.